Hello, my name is Katie. Welcome back to my channel. This is Trash My TBR round 5? Can it possibly be round 5? Oh my god. Okay, this is a non-fiction shelf. It's actually like a shelf and a half because I'm trying to get through this a little bit. I'm sick to death of my book buying rules and would like to be released now. Thank you. Okay, these are actually like a series kind of, which is weird in nonfiction, I get it. But I bought these, I can't even remember. You Are Not So Smart by David McRaney and You Are Now Less Dumb, How to Conquer Mob Mentality, How to Buy Happiness, and all the other ways to outsmart yourself. So I have these two. Let's do this. Okay. And I've had these for probably like 4 or 5 years. It's been a minute. And I haven't read them. At this point, I feel like I should probably just get rid of them because clearly I'm not that interested. So I don't know. Let me know if anybody's actually read these. Are they worth it? Is this something I should just like keep in my bathroom and periodically read? Like I don't know what to do here. This is Who Thought This Was a Good Idea and Other Questions You Should Have Answers to When You Work in the White House. By Alyssa Mastromonico. Oh my god. I probably butchered that. But this was the former White House Deputy Chief of Staff. I thought this would be just an interesting look at what it's like to be in the White House. Also, the title was kind of funny, so I thought I'd give it a go. This is another one I might just get rid of. I bought it. Oh my god! I have like a hair stuck to my lip gloss. I think I got it now. Okay. I bought this for school and I haven't read through very much of it. This is Status Update, Celebrity Publicity and Branding in the Social Media Age. It's just not really where my interest lies. So I don't know. If anyone out there has read this, let me know if it's worth reading. Like I said, I read part of it for school and then like I just stopped caring. This one I will be reading. The Splendid and the Vile, A Saga of Churchill, Family, and Defiance During the Blitz by Erik Larson. I love Erik Larson. I really do. The only reason I haven't gotten to it yet is it's long. It's so long. But this one is definitely not going anywhere. Although, if you have read it and you enjoyed it, please give me some, what's the word? Encouragement in the comments. Okay, next up I have The Soul of America, The Battle for Our Better Angels by Jon Meacham. I've been meaning to get to this one. This might be one that I try a chapter and see how I feel about it before I just like write it off. I don't know, there's been so many books that just have come into my life, and this is one of those that just kept getting pushed to the back burner, which is kind of why I started this whole thing, to be honest, so that I could get to some of these, because I think there's probably a lot here that I could get, you know, something out of. I just keep forgetting about it because other things come into my life and those end up prioritized. So I at least want to start reading this and see how I feel about it. Also by Jon Meacham, His Truth is Marching On, John Lewis and the Power of Hope. Yeah. I would like to read this as well. Same kind of deal though, where things just keep coming up and things get pushed to the back burner. So I'm happy that I've taken this break to kind of get through some of this. The problem though is that I keep getting books from the library instead of reading these. It's so bad, guys. It's so bad. Okay. Yes, I also want to read this one, unless you have like serious hatred for either of these, like, and then maybe I will rethink it, but I assume that it's probably a pretty good read. Oh my god, this book I've been trying to read for like 3 years. The Spinning Magnet, the electromagnetic force that created the modern world and could destroy it, by Alana Mitchell. I think it's time. I think it's time. This is going on my January TBR. Okay? I will be reading this one, for heaven's sake. Okay, I have Say Nothing, A True Story of Murder and Memory in Northern Ireland by Patrick Radden Keefe. I know a lot of people have read this and really enjoyed it. And I want to hop on that hype train. Like, I love books like that end up being just as good as everyone says they are. Like, the Radium Girls blew my freaking mind. Stuff like that. And I feel like this is going to be in a similar vein. So here's hoping I can get to this one soon. I think I only have two here by Michio Kaku. This one's Hyperspace, a scientific odyssey through parallel universes, time warps, and the 10th dimension. And then I have The Future of Humanity, Terraforming Mars, Interstellar Travel, Immortality, and Our Destiny Beyond Earth. This is probably the one I'm more interested in, but I think I'd still like to read them both. I don't know, I don't feel like I have too many people who watch my channel that read a lot of science stuff, so I don't feel like I ever get much feedback in this realm. So maybe I just need to read them and decide for myself, I guess. Okay, we have Worlds to Explore, Classic Tales of Travel and Adventure from National Geographic, edited by Mark Jenkins, and the foreword by Simon Winchester. I think I just need to dive in. I just need to dive in, and I need to read a story or a chapter or however this is set up. Oh, it's got nice pictures. Well, that's a point in his favor. Okay, The Bastard Brigade. Oh my god. The Bastard Brigade. That's hard to say. The true story of the renegade scientists and spies who sabotaged the Nazi atomic bomb by Sam Keen. First of all, I enjoy Sam Keen, just as like an author and a human being. He has a podcast on Apple. Well, actually, it's probably on Spotify and stuff too. I listen to it on Apple Podcasts, but it's called The Disappearing Spoon, which is also the title, I think, maybe of his first book, which was excellent, and you should go check it out. So this will be happening, unless anybody out there has read it and detested it, in which case, feel free to let me know, because, like, I'll take that into account before I pick up a book. Ooh. Okay. Everything All at Once, How to Think Like a Science Guy, Solve Any Problem, and Make a Better World by Bill Nye. I think this is like a nostalgia thing, because Bill Nye the Science Guy. But I don't know if I care anymore. I have read one other book by Bill Nye, and I did enjoy it. Undeniable. That was what it was. I did enjoy that. This one's kind of on the shorter side, so maybe I'll like it. I don't know. Has anybody out there read or care about this book? Let me know. Okay, so I really want to keep this and read this just because the title still makes me laugh. Like 5 years after the fact, it's still making me laugh. Assholes, A Theory by Aaron James. I don't even know what this book is really about other than his guy's theory on assholes. Okay, just gonna read you the synopsis. Are you ready for this? What does it mean for someone to be an asshole? The answer is not obvious, despite the fact that we are often stuck dealing with people for whom there is no better name. We try to avoid them, but assholes are everywhere, at work, at home, on the road, in the public sphere, and we struggle to comprehend why exactly someone should be acting like that. Asshole management begins with asshole understanding. Finally giving us the concepts to discern why assholes disturb us so, philosopher Aaron James presents a provocative theory of the asshole to explain why such people exist, especially in an age of raging narcissism and unbridled capitalism. We get a better sense of when the asshole is best resisted and best ignored, a better sense of what is and what is not worth fighting for. Like, this has me going, is this for real? Or is this just like a spoof thing? Like, I don't know. I gotta know. I gotta read this. I have to read this. Okay, wow, this is heavier than I remember it being. The Fabric of the Cosmos, Space, Time, and the Texture of Reality by Brian Greene. I have read one other book by Brian Greene, and I enjoyed it well enough. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. This is my problem. I have such a hard time parting with stuff, even if I know I'm never going to actually get to it. This is a problem. Okay, On Intelligence, How a New Understanding of the Brain Will Lead to the Creation of Truly Intelligent Machines by Jeff Hawkins with Sandra Blakesley. So yeah, I think this will be interesting. I have like an odd interest in neuroscience, and I really enjoy thinking about artificial intelligence. And so I feel like there's going to be a lot of overlap with my interests in this book. But then again, I had all those interests 5 years ago when I bought this book. Still haven't read it. Tightrope, Americans Reaching for Hope by Nicholas D. Kristof and Sherilyn Wooden? I don't know. Some of you might have this because this was a Book of the Month pick. I wanted it because I guess it basically discusses like how the middle class is ceasing to exist. And I read, oh my god, I can't remember what it's called now. It doesn't matter. But it was in a similar vein to this, and I wanted to get another perspective on it and see if some of this information overlaps with a couple other books that I've read. Just because it's always nice when you have the same evidence put before you in multiple ways with multiple people using it. Like, it lends some credibility to the idea. So I am curious to get to this one. If you did pick this one up from Book of the Month, please let me know what you thought. Okay, I have Hidden Valley Road, Inside the Mind of an American Family by Robert Kolker. I believe this is, yes, Don and Mimi Galvin. They had 12 children. The oldest was born in 1945, the youngest in 1965. And by the mid-70s, 6 of the 10 Galvin boys were diagnosed with schizophrenia. This sounds like it's going to be pretty intense. If you have read this one, and I think this is more of a popular nonfiction title, so if you have read this one, please let me know if I should bother reading it or not. I bought this not that long ago, The Girls of Atomic City, The Untold Story of the Women Who Helped Win World War II by Denise Kiernan. I read another book by Denise Kiernan. I think it had something to do with the Gilded Age. Crap, why can't I remember this now? The Last Castle. It was about Biltmore, which was a home built by a Vanderbilt, obviously. Anyway, I enjoyed that immensely, and I love reading about women who made a difference. It's probably my favorite thing. My sister came over the other day, and this has been like a theme where we just watch things or we talk about things and we're just like, you know what? Women are amazing. And I just feel like I'm going to get the same feeling out of this book, that like women are amazing. It's like undeniable. Okay, this next two, I'm going to present them together because my intent was to read them together. And as yet I haven't touched either of them. So this came out, I want to say in the 90s. This is The Bell Curve, Intelligence and Class Structure in American Life, the controversial New York Times bestseller by Richard J. Herrnstein and Charles Murray. I believe Herrnstein has died since this came out, but Charles Murray is still alive, and he recently published Human Diversity, the Biology of Gender, Race, and Class. So I've wanted to read this for a long time because I enjoy controversial things. I've heard that like the science is junk in here and stuff like that, but what I am curious about is, did this controversy have us looking more into class structure and how being of a lower class can impact your educational success? Not that you are inherently less intelligent, but that you have less access to things that help improve intelligence. I'm curious to know if this book had a hand in that kind of movement, and I am wondering if it will be discussed in here, because this is some 20 years after the fact, so I would like to know, have his views changed? What kind of research did he do after this? I need to know things. I just do. So that'll happen sooner or later. That's the thing though, like they're both very large, and the plan is to tackle them together. Not like together, but like read one, then read the other. So this is like something I'm a little afraid of, because that's a big task. I think both of these are over 500 pages, so that'll happen someday. I can't promise when though. Alright, some stuff that's less controversial, less depressing, I don't know. Sex with Presidents. The Ins and Outs of Love and Lust in the White House by Eleanor Herman. I don't know if this is going to be any good, but I feel like I'm going to have fun reading it. If you have read this or anything else by Eleanor Herman, let me know. Let me know if she's like a garbage author or if it's like fun in that gossipy sort of way, because I could go for that. Okay, we're almost done here. This is very heavy. Leonardo Da Vinci by Walter Isaacson. This is a lot. This is a lot of book. I remember the first time I picked this up off the shelf, I almost dropped it because I was not expecting it to be this heavy. I also own and have read the Einstein book by Walter Isaacson, so I know that in general I enjoy the writing. I think it's just like daunting. Also, I don't know, like this is heavy. This is gonna like break my arms reading it. So I think what I might do is I might listen to this on audiobook, but there are a lot of really nice pictures and there's a really good timeline here in the front. So I might just kind of like hop back and forth so I can get, you know, the pictures and get you know, my enjoyment out of that, but then listen to it on audiobook so I don't have to break my freaking wrist trying to hold this thing. Oh jeez. This one I might just give up on, honestly. White Trash, The 400-Year Untold History of Class in America by Nancy Eisenberg. I have started this twice now. And I think in general it's good information to have, but I just can't get with the writing style. So if you have also either tried to read this or have read it, please let me know if this is just a me thing or if you also found it really hard to get into, because I am struggling. Next, I have And Yet by Christopher Hitchens. This is just random essays from him. I think this was published after he died. I'm not sure, but I know the anniversary of his death just passed. If you are unaware, Christopher Hitchens is probably one of the most famous names in atheism, and he can be a difficult man to interact with or listen to at times. He is very fiery. He doesn't, I don't know, it's hard to say negatives about a dead man. Anyway, but I find some of his philosophies interesting, and I enjoy hearing his thought process on various things concerning life. So I have this. My brother just read, I think it's called Mortality. It's the last book. Like, he didn't even quite finish it before he died. My brother really enjoyed that, and so now I want to read that too, but I also have this, so I feel like maybe I'll read this first and then read that one. I don't know, either way it's going to be a depressing time. Okay, Codebreaker. Jennifer Doudna, Gene Editing and the Future of the Human Race by Walter Isaacson. Yeah, I have two massive Walter Isaacson books on my shelf. This one's less heavy though, so I could read this like with my hands without worrying about like hurting my poor wrists. So I probably will read this one. Like read it, not listen to it on audiobook. I'm really excited for it. Like, this is one of those things where it rolls back to women are amazing, and I love reading books that highlight the accomplishments of women. So, hopefully this will happen sooner. This will happen probably sooner than the Leonardo Da Vinci one, to be totally honest with you. And the final book here, The Buried, An Archaeology of the Egyptian Revolution by Peter Hessler. This is also a Book of the Month pick, but from many a year ago. If you happened to pick this one up, let me know if it was worth reading or not, because I need to get rid of some of these books. I can't, like, I mean, how many of these did I say I've had for 5 years or more? That's ridiculous. Like, that's ridiculous. So, any feedback on any of these would be absolutely wonderful. That way, maybe I can move some things out a little bit and reset the collection. But anyway, thank you for watching. I hope to see you soon. Bye.